Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here on Wave Now. I'm Myra Ansari. I hope that you're having a good Wednesday so far. So today we are going live to a ribbon cutting ceremony. The governor is at this ceremony along with other local leaders, education leaders, and they are celebrating the new Elizabethtown Community and Technical College BlueOval SK Training Center, which will provide training for the 5,000 jobs that are expected at BlueOval SK Battery Park. This ceremony is happening at the ECTC BlueOval SK Training Center, and we wanted to bring it to you live. You know, this is a big deal for a lot of folks in our community. So they're getting ready for this ceremony, and here it is.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. Let's even hear me. Good morning.
There we go.
I want to first say welcome. Thanks for being a part of this. Appreciate everyone being here. Governor Beshear, our partners at BlueOval and Ford, and all of our state and local elected officials, and all of the community family that we have here today. I think we recognize what a special moment this truly is. You know, it is kind of hard to think, though, that a year ago, we were just breaking ground on this. You know, we were here in not even really a full year yet. It's a nice, beautiful, warm day, and we were thinking about what could be. And here, just a short year later, we're celebrating what is. The ECTC BlueOval Training Center is going to serve trainees who are looking to enter an innovative, high-wage, high-demand career. And at ECTC, we could not be more proud to serve such a critical role in preparing those employees for those careers. And we could not be more proud to support the historic investment that BOSC has made in not just Hardin County, but the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Thank you, my friends. You know, we have a lot to celebrate at Elizabethtown Community and Technical College. In fact, this center will be open as we celebrate our 60th anniversary as a college. One of the things that I would like to highlight as we talk about the college mission, which is to add value to the lives of our students and then return that value back out into our community, is what we do to help support our existing companies. We have a trains grant, a legislatively funded grant opportunity to help us offset training costs for our local companies. And last year, just at ECTC, we were able to help offset $600,000 worth of cost as our companies upskilled their employees to make sure that our companies stay relevant and safe in an ever-evolving industry. So very much appreciate the trains grant and what it affords our colleges to be able to do for our companies. But, you know, that's just a part of what we do. We train 3,100 employees through that trains grant and non-credit, but we also awarded 3,600 credentials for our students on the academic side of the house as they're going to enter these wonderful careers, one of which will be this very operation here. We continue to try to evolve what we do as a college and involve more partners in advancing our students so that we can advance our Commonwealth. And this year we have received federally a $1.9 million grant that is going to allow us to increase a pipeline into advanced manufacturing. We have received state investment. Just this year, we also received $44 million for a much needed renovation for our technical building. And even right down locally, we have had investments made in our college. It's all of these partnerships that allow us to move forward as KCTCS and as Elizabethtown Community and Technical College. We just recently had the college's first giving day. And in that one day, 80 donors stepped up to help us raise $25,000 to invest in our students. In fact, it's still an available opportunity. You know, If you get a little bored during the mayor's speech, if you want to pull out your phone, there's links available. Just saying, want to keep options open for everyone. But it's these partnerships that advance us, and many of you are in this room. In fact, I wanted to highlight Trace Creek, the construction company who did this very Mr. Sam Howard is a wonderful longtime friend, but a wonderful human being, and he saw what was going on and wanted to be a part of it. And through Sam, his wife, and Trace Creek employees, an investment was made that all of our students to ensure they would have a cap and gown for graduation. Some of our students can't do that. Sam Trace Creek made sure that was not a barrier for them. And we continue to partner and try to remove non-academic barriers for our students. And certainly a partnership with the Family Scholar House has been critical to what we have been able to do to help increase our graduation rates, which increases our college's ability to fulfill our mission and return value back out into the community. And, you know, when you talk about partnerships with the Family Scholar House and with community agencies, I also want to recognize BlueOval SK, who made a $500,000 contribution to that project. All of this to say, folks, we're all in this together. And when you think about a mission to add value to the lives of Kentucky citizens, that's what we do at KCTCS. That's what we do at Elizabethtown Community and Technical College. And that's what these partnerships are further affording opportunities for all of our citizens. I do want to recognize a few folks who have been critical to this facility before we move further in the agenda. Because here in just a few short weeks, we're going to begin training right here in these hallways and these classrooms and these labs. But a whole lot of work has gone into making this a reality. And I want to start with some of the ECTC folks who have done played such a critical role in this. So when I call your name, if you don't mind, just raise your hand. I'd like folks to recognize you. But Mr. Brent Holtzclaw, Ms. Carla Hammonds, Mike Hazard, Mr. Darren Powell, and an immense round of applause for Ms. Pam Cook. We also had a ton of support from our KCTCS system office, and I'm not going to be able to thank everybody, but Andy Casebeer, who could not be here today. Andy Casebeer was critical in making all this happen. But Lincoln Farmer is here on behalf of Andy and the team, but we got a team of folks there that certainly played a big role in this. We had some of our Ford family with us before there was officially a BlueOval SK, and I want to recognize Andy Bianco. Where's Andy? So important through this role, and also Miss Liliana Ramirez, my friend and partner in crime. And Mike Nemeth. Mike, you did so much to make this happen. I know Mike's here somewhere. There's Mike. Appreciate you. And I want to say this is one of the most talented young men I have ever met in my life. Chad Gallus, the architect with Omni. Chad, where are you at, Chad? Chad loves attention. There's Chad. Rick and Andy Gaines. Rick, you've been certainly well before and all through. You've been right there for us and everything we've ever needed. Thank you, Rick. Andy. Secretary Jamie Link with Workforce and Education could not be here today, but Secretary Link has played such a pivotal role in moving all of this forward in communication, and I really appreciate what he has done. Miss Jessie Shook. Jessie has been so important in not just development of the center, but the development of the program that is going to help fund the training. Jessie oversees our Trains grant, and Trains has been a very big part of this, both from the Cabinet for Economic Development, who kind of developed a way to infuse more Trains funding into this project, but also the state legislature for funding and making this happen. So true partnership from executive and legislative branch to make this happen. But Jesse's coordinated and wrangled it all, and we appreciate you. Jeff Gregory, really not so much Jeff Gregory as it is Ed Pope and Amy Inman and some other folks. But Jeff is smart enough to hire them, so thanks to Jeff Gregory. Former Judge Harry Berry. Harry was instrumental in getting a lot of this done, and certainly Judge Tall as we move into the now and the future. Appreciate you. And I could read the entire list of the state legislature because they have helped to make this happen. But our local representatives who have this in their area, I do want to recognize today. Samara Hevron, Jim Duplessis, who is now Steve Bratcher. Thank you. And it's the nature of elections, folks. I try to tell Jim was here when this happened. Steve has absolutely been a critical partner moving this forward, and really the same on the Senate side with Dennis Parrott, who was here as we were moving all this forward, and now Matt Deneen, who has stepped in and just been such a strong supporter. Thank you all. Certainly Mr. Michael Adams and the Bosk family, and I do want to specifically say Neva. Neva Burke has been with me every step along the way of this journey, but appreciate our Bosk family. I already mentioned, but we'll mention him again. Sam Howard and David Millam, who has been here on boots on the ground through all of this construction. What they have navigated through today's environment in a construction world to make this happen in a year's time is unimaginable. So Sam Howard, David, Trace Creek, thank you. Certainly, as this has moved from concept to reality, the Cabinet for Economic Development has been so important. And I don't think Secretary Noel is here, but Jeff Noel has been such a strong partner and wanted to give him some credit for helping us bring all of this home. So Secretary Noel, appreciate you. And then coming to the end here, I promise. Want to recognize Dr. Ryan Quarles and his predecessor, Paul Zarapata, who was here when this project started. But Dr. Quarles came on board, and one of the first things he wanted to know about was how we were doing with this project. He recognizes its value to the region and to the Commonwealth and has been a supporter every step of the way. Thank you, Dr. Quarles. And finally, do want to recognize dear friend and strong supporter of this college, this community, and our Commonwealth, Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman. Thank you for being here. Just to her left, longtime friend, some ways helped raise me, whether he wants credit for that or not, Mr. Rocky Atkins. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, certainly want to thank the man who spearheaded all of this. And when I say a true friend to Kentucky, I mean that. I've seen the way he cares about this Commonwealth and cares about us. I know he cares about Hardin County and what we do here. And he certainly cares about this project, Michael, and what we are going to do for the future of this Commonwealth. So I will say all in one breath, thank you and welcome to the podium to our governor, Governor Andy Beshear.
All right, thank you all. Thank you to Dr. Pate for that welcome and introduction. As you all know, Dr. Pate is a man of few words. And then a few more words. And then a few after that. But how about his leadership in getting this done? I am so excited to be back in Glendale, Kentucky, celebrating this incredibly important milestone as the Commonwealth takes a lead role in the electrical vehicle revolution happening all across the globe. Folks, I just got back from my first international trip. We were in Germany and Switzerland, and every single one of those companies knows where Kentucky is because of this project and because of our leadership. what BlueOval SK and others are bringing to Kentucky. I think back, it was just September of 2021, in the middle of some of the biggest challenges we've ever faced, that we made an announcement that changed everything for Kentucky. Ford and its partner, SK On, we're making the single largest investment in the history of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. $5.8 billion. And a huge push forward for Kentucky to become the electric vehicle battery production capital of the United States of America. How about that? And it's not every day, every year, or every decade that a project comes promising 5,000 new great jobs for our citizens. This is advanced manufacturing with cutting-edge technology. So even with a workforce second to none, we knew we would have to rise to the challenge to make sure we could fill all of these good jobs. We are facing this head-on with 3 great Team Kentucky partners: Elizabethtown Community and Technical College, BlueOval SK, and Ford. I was here just a year ago, in April of 2023, to break ground on this very training center. Today, as we cut the ribbon, we can already see that this place is going to change so many lives. 10 of the newest hires of BlueOval SK are with us right now. Can you all stand or raise your hand to be recognized? You're the reason that we're doing this. Dr. Pate's smiling because all of them are ECTC graduates. Great job. I was just talking to my good friend about which type of event we like the most. Oftentimes you think it's the announcement because it creates hope, and the announcement of BlueOval SK was an incredible historic day in Kentucky. Sometimes you think it's the groundbreaking because then you know it's going to happen. And you look at the incredible construction going on next door, where just Kentucky 1 is 0.9 miles from one end to the other. But it's days like today, the ribbon cutting, that are truly the very best days, because that is the realization of the hope and the progress. That is when we actually see the jobs. That's when we know that this promised impact that's going to change everything, a project so big it has its own gravity, bringing other businesses and jobs here. It's days like today that we absolutely know that it's happening. It's ribbon cuttings like today, but then how about the day a couple weeks from now, when this training center truly begins in earnest, creating the jobs of the future, changing lives like these 10 individuals back here, creating opportunity and security for our families. At the end of the day, I think that's why all of us in government do these jobs. We don't want to look back and say there are this many R's or D's or blues or reds. We want to look back and say we changed our community. We changed our Commonwealth. We created more opportunity for every single family that's out there, regardless of their politics, regardless of where they live in our state. And that's exactly what we're celebrating here today, where we continue to celebrate BlueOval SK and the massive construction and operation it's going to bring. But think about what we're celebrating in this building: the amazing skills and training that's going to ensure that these individuals have the types of jobs that change their lives, where they can give more opportunities for their kids and their kids' kids. The folks trained here will join hundreds of Kentuckians already at BlueOval SK. Get this, the company has already hired more than 700 people here in Kentucky. And just about a month ago, they made us look pretty good. Janet Yellen, Treasury Secretary, had come down to Advanced Nano Products, which is here because of BlueOval SK. And first, Advanced Nano Products said that we, Team Kentucky, got them up and running 6 months faster than any like facility ever. And that made me feel pretty good. But when they looked at BlueOval leadership and they said, well, what are your hiring problems? And they looked back and said, we don't have any. That's a day that should make all of us proud as Kentuckians. And that's a story I've told over and over and over to anyone who will listen. This is truly a game changer and a state changer for us. And it's taken so many people that are in this room, from the legislature that passed that bill in the special session, to KCTCS being so bought into ECTC on the ground, to an incredible construction company. It takes all of us, not trying to pull a state to the right or the left, but just trying to push it forward to get days like today. Like I said, this project would not exist without great forward thinking, including the General Assembly allocating $25 million for this center. Thank you all. Like Dr. Pate said, that was followed up with another $10 million in grant funding from the Bluegrass State Skills Corporation. And in the last budget, ECTC received another $49 million for 2 capital projects, a renovation of the Occupational Technical Building, and expansion of the Culinary Arts Program. That's a lot of money. Congratulations. But we're doing so much more in this state, and it's programs we've done together. Think about in the last 3 budgets, now over $300 million going to career and technical education in our high schools, going in and making $5 to $10 million renovations at a time when all this new business and technology is coming in. It is the perfect investment in the perfect area for us to be able to take any one of these companies and show them exactly where they're going to get the workforce of the future. It is an unprecedented investment in us, in our people, in making sure every 18 or 19-year-old has any option that they want, whether that's to go on to community college, to a 4-year college, or to get the skills when they are in high school, to go into amazing opportunities, many of which we see represented in this room today. That's how Team Kentucky truly gets things done, by ensuring that none of the division and none of the noise ever gets in the way of economic development, ever gets in the way of days like today, and that we always put the well-being of our people above anything and everything else. And today, we're proving that we're not the same Kentucky that some people talked about a decade ago. And we had the opportunity between the Kentucky Derby and coming up the PGA Championship to show people exactly how far we've come. And they don't talk about us in Washington, D.C. or New York City or anywhere else in this country or in the world the same way that they used to. We are the first call that world-class businesses are making right now. We are the first destination they want to come to. Never a flyover state ever again. Never a place anybody looks down their nose at ever again. We are truly together building a new Kentucky home where we are going to welcome business after business, opportunity after opportunity, and get to that place where not just in Eastern Kentucky, Rocky, but all across Kentucky, our kids will never feel like they have to leave, because every opportunity, every advanced business career is right here in front of them. And as a dad of 2 teenagers, pray for me. I mean, what could be more important than leaving a state better than we found it, with more opportunities for our kids and our grandkids, making that intra-generational change? So I'd like to take a moment to recognize a couple of great Team Kentucky partners. First, the company leaders with us here today, Michael Adams, Jim Cranny, Neva Burke, everybody, at BlueOval SK, thank you all. You are incredible partners. Liliana Ramirez and the whole team at Ford, thank you all so much. We started this a long time ago together. And as Liliana knows, in some of the earliest conversations and the tenses, we made a promise. I made a promise that we would get this done, that we would be there with you every step of the way, that this wouldn't just be an incentive package or a bill that came through, that all of us, and you see every branch of government, you all the way down to the local level, would stand with you to get this done. Also, our educational leaders, ECTC President Dr. Justin Pate, KCTCS President Dr. Ryan Quarles. There's only a couple of facilities on site like this in the state or in the country. Let's congratulate them and thank them for what they've done. They've already been named, but Representative Samara Heverin, Senator Matt Deneen, Representative Steve Bratcher, E-Town Mayor Jeff Gregory, you have been an all-star in getting this done. Thank you. Judge Keith Tall has come into some big shoes that help create this opportunity, but he has worked through each and every challenge that has been out there to make sure that these opportunities come for the people of this county and the surrounding county. Together, all of you are proving there is no better place to do business than the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and we do workforce training better than anyone in the United States of America. That's something to be really proud of. And y'all have had a couple busy weeks here at ECTC. You've had a commencement, opened this center, and welcomed home one of the top robotics teams in the country. The ECTC robotics team is with us here today. They just earned the highest individual match score at the VEX Robotics World Championship in Dallas, Texas. Could y'all raise your hand or stand up and be recognized? Look at that. If the Blue Oval folks come sprinting towards you, they now recognize who you are and how talented that you are. Folks, we, as we're here today, are in the midst of the biggest, best economic development win streak in the history of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and there is enough credit to go around to everyone. We've now had over $30.6 billion of new private sector investment in us in just 4.5 years, a record by far. Over 1,000 new location and expansion projects, 52,700 new jobs. We've broken every export record, every tourism record. It is an exciting time to be a Kentuckian right now, and we are leading this country in the EV sector with $11.7 billion announced in just 3.5 years and 10,250 full-time jobs. We are breaking records in terms of general fund revenue with 19 consecutive months with over $1 billion in receipts, and that makes things like this or this last budget and the number of projects that are coming to Hardin County possible. So today is truly a historic day for us. When operations begin next door, it's going to be another truly historic day for us where people come from this center right over there and begin incredible careers. But I got to close by thanking a couple people that made this happen. I mean, this is a state-of-the-art building with really great branding. Thank you for that. But when you think about how quickly this came up, it was just a testament to what we promise, but also what we come through with to our companies. So I'd like to recognize and ask them to step up here, a couple people who are instrumental. First, David Milam. He is Vice President, and Scott Dalton, who is the Superintendent of Trace Creek Construction. Come on up, gentlemen. Now they were instrumental in making this happen. So we have this award in Kentucky. It is the highest award a governor can provide a civilian. It allows us to recognize you and call you to military service if needed. So today, in honor of this incredible facility, and you all have done so much too as a company from helping our survivors of natural disasters and others, we want to honor you all as Kentucky Colonels. Where do we have them? Here we go. All right, now I am pleased to introduce the man running this exciting company called BlueOval SK, who's already become such a part of this community and our Commonwealth, someone that we look forward to marching into the future and continuing to be the EV battery production capital of the United States of America. BlueOval SK CEO, Michael Adams.
Well, one thing is we need to work on the agenda because I cannot continue to follow Dr. Pate and Governor Beshear in each speech. It's just way too much for me. And then finally, the robotics team, you're hired. So just see Neva afterwards. Start tomorrow, no problem. So. Well, anyway, thank you again, Governor Beshear, and I don't know if it's good morning or good afternoon at this point in time, but yes, my name is Michael Adams, and I serve as the CEO of BlueOval SK. It is truly an honor to be here today to celebrate the official opening of the ECTC BlueOval SK Training Center, and that is really hard to get through especially when you add a K in front of it for KCTC. At BlueOval SK, we truly believe in developing people, and this center will allow us to do just that, a first step for our team members in a lifelong, future-focused career that will change the way we move, change the way we manufacture, and change the potential with our own families. We want our employees to utilize their current skills, develop those skills further, all while learning new ones. This new training facility makes that possible and more. I look forward to seeing the talent that will come through these hallways. As many of you know, BlueOval SK is a 50-50 joint venture between Ford Motor Company and SK On. At BlueOval SK Battery Park, we will build batteries for future Ford and Lincoln vehicles. And when at the full capacity, as Governor Beshear mentioned, we will create 5,000 jobs in the community. Simply put, our people are and always be our most valuable asset. This building is a physical symbol of the partnership between BlueOval SK, ECTC, and the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and another example to pledge our investment in you, the workforce, Hardin County, and the Commonwealth. Within these walls, the curriculum will answer questions, build knowledge, and prepare our teams to electrify the future. They will receive an unrivaled, hands-on experience using similar tools used to build batteries of the future, which will be at BlueOval SK, Glendale. For those of you who felt that they had to go elsewhere to learn, train, and find success, your home of Hardin County and Central Kentucky is now that destination. This is the place now to build a career that your children and grandchildren can follow for generations to come. We are thrilled to be in Hardin County, and we are thrilled to be part of the investment in the future of the Commonwealth. I'd now like to invite Kentucky Community and Technical College System President, Dr. Ryan Quarles, to the stage.
Well, hello, and how about a round of applause for ECTC and Dr. Pate. Congratulations on all hard work you've done. Equally so, I want to say thank you to our hardworking team at the KCTCS office that we work with every single day. I want to say congratulations to the governor and lieutenant governor and your team to help put all this together, years in the making, and of course, our legislators and local officials as well. And a special thank you to BlueOval SK. What you see today is what KCTCS is all about, a collection of 16 community and technical colleges across our Commonwealth with a focus on workforce. In fact, every year we partner up with over 1,000 companies, one of which is BlueOval SK, to provide workforce training needs for all businesses, both large and small. And just this month, we'll be graduating 15,000 newly minted graduates ready and eager to enter the workforce, 80% of them getting credentials in high demand areas like manufacturing, healthcare, skilled trades, and logistics. And so as Kentucky's economy continues to grow, the need for our community and technical colleges to step up will continue to be there as well. So let this building and the wonderful builder of Trace Creek be an example of how partnerships should be done in the Commonwealth. So I'm the new guy on the job. So I'm here to just say thank you and congratulations once again, because when people ask me what success looks like at our community and technical colleges, it means that our programs are aligning with the workforce needs of Kentucky. So if you're a company that doesn't have a partnership with us yet, you can call me or call Pate actually, and we'll get that done. Congratulations once again on a job well done. At this time, I'd like to introduce BlueOval SK Human Resource Director, who I believe has been a little busy lately, Neva Burke. She's been commuting from the Memphis plant to this plant as well, and she said she liked the Kentucky commute better. So let's welcome her. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I believe it's afternoon. My name is Neva Burke. I'm the head of HR for BlueOval SK, and I can't tell you enough about how thrilled I am. I am jumping for joy up here. You just don't see it. People are still our greatest resource, and certainly this building will serve so many people in so many ways. BlueOval SK is very excited about the opportunity, and we are so excited to continue to work with Dr. Pate. It's wonderful work together. And also we want to thank Mayor Gregory and all of the governmental officials who have been there to support us. And thank you so much, Andy Boucher, for all of your work and your help to support BlueOval SK. Like I said, people are still our greatest resource. And this new facility will serve as a place for employees to receive some tremendous training. We're so excited that the new ECTC, BlueOval SK Training Center, will help prepare and define the skills that are needed for battery building. This will be a hands-on approach to training, and we're going to give employees opportunities to learn many things here in great detail. BlueOval SK is hiring employees at all levels, and we're so excited that these are paid training opportunities. Over the past 2 years, the workforce planning team, I was very fortunate to become a member of BlueOval SK 2 weeks right before the joint venture was signed. And I remember meeting Liliana Ramirez for the first time. Well, I don't know if you've met Liliana Ramirez, and if you haven't, let me tell you, you learn a lot by talking to her. And I want to tell you today, I want to take a few minutes and just recognize the great people of BlueOval SK and the great people of our parent companies who have dedicated so much of their resources and time to make sure that this was a success. Ford Motor Company and SK On have committed lots of time and resources and dedication to making sure that this day really came to be. So first, I do want to start by thanking Liliana Ramirez for all of the work that she's done with us. And I've had the great pleasure of spending some time with her, actually weeks, and we've had so much fun. But Liliana Ramirez is the Global Director of Workforce Development for Ford Motor Company. Yes. Andy Bianco is the second person. He's Manufacturing Learning Development Manager. Spent a lot of time with Andy. He's put his hand up there. Thank you. Chad McMillan, Learning and Development Project Manager for Motor Company. Yes. Mike Nemeth, what a strategist we have. Mike Nemeth is Learning and Development Strategist for Ford Motor Company. Want to recognize him. Ann Thompson has worked with us and Workforce Development Manager, specifically dedicated to the grants that we have. She's not here today, but we want to thank her as well. Lisa Reginelli, also Learning and Development Manager. SK On Partners, they couldn't be here today. They're back in Korea now, but they certainly have been very instrumental in the creation of the training programs here. It's David Kim, Jose, Eddie, and the entire SK On training team. Lots of work done there. And then also, I want to introduce to you our BlueOval SK Learning and Development Manager, who she says she's not really a learning and development manager, but you could not tell by all of the hard work that she's done. Deetra Yoakum, where are you? Yes. Thank you. Chris Green is our boss training and development lead. Yes. Mike Hazard, he's our maintenance and technical leader. And I think Kara, are you there? Recognize you too. And there are many, many people. There are many people that are here. I know that Pam Cook and also Scott Davis, are you here? I would like to recognize you all. They have done a lot of work for BlueOval SK, and they have been very instrumental in helping us to set up the strategy for the group. So I will end by saying that this is just the beginning. You hear so many things about, are we moving forward? Are they moving forward? Well, as you can see, we are moving forward, and it is so exciting. Thank you. And at this time, I would like to turn over and introduce to you Samara Hepburn, our Kentucky State Representative, 18th District.
Good afternoon. What a great day to be a Kentuckian in the 18th District. It is hard to believe that last February, this was an empty lot. And just over a year ago, we celebrated the groundbreaking of this incredible state-of-the-art facility. Like many of you, I've driven past the site as the steel framing went up and we began to see the plans for the training center become a reality. The transition has been exciting to watch, mostly because it brings us one step closer to realizing the potential that the BlueOval SK Battery Park brings to our region. As we know, this is the only facility within the KCTCS system that is built on site and co-branded, providing not only convenience, but ensuring a long-standing relationship between our community college system, this plant, and the workforce, fueling the single largest economic development project in the history of our Commonwealth. Through the doors of this facility, we'll walk through the vast majority of the 5,000 men and women who will work within the BlueOval SK plant. They will prepare for their future careers, learning skills that will provide a better quality of life for them and their families right here in our region. This is our neighbors and our family and our friends. And once the initial workforce is onboarded, the center will evolve to meet tomorrow's challenges, including those created by the manufacturers and other businesses that will provide services to the plant. Altogether, this is one of the finest examples of collaboration that I've seen in my years of public service. And you're probably looking at me like, well, how old is she? I've been in public service for several years now. But it's something I hope that is replicated across the Commonwealth. We all recognize that it took the efforts of KCTCS, ECTC, Economic Development, the Governor's Office, Fiscal Court, the City of Elizabethtown, and Ford to make this happen, and SK on. But I'm particularly proud of the $25 million in funding by the Kentucky General Assembly, and I have no doubt that Representative Bratcher and Senator Deneen will continue to be partners for us here in Glendale. Today, we celebrate what we can accomplish when we all work together to achieve what is best for our constituents. Thank you for including me, and I look forward to keeping the momentum strong. And now at this time, I will introduce my dear friend and favorite mayor in Hardin County, Jeff Gregory.
I was going to tell you what Samara's age is, but I will just leave it at she is wise beyond her years. I appreciate the opportunity to speak here really quick. I want to give a quick history perspective on what this means for our city of Elizabethtown and Hardin County in this region. There's some pivotal points in our history that have really made up the opportunity for us to have what we have today. You look back in the 50s and the Lions Club started Hardin Memorial Hospital, which is now Baptist Health Hardin. And it's a regional hospital for a good bit of this state of Kentucky. And then you move into the 60s, and ECTC, or ECC at the time, was started in 1965. You had the Kentucky Turnpike that was put in, and that's now I-65, followed by two major parkways in the WK Parkway and the Bluegrass Parkway. And then in the early 70s, you saw the advent of the Elizabethtown Hardin County Industrial Foundation. And what that did was set the stage for what we are realizing today, and that's success, because all those things put into place means all roads lead to Hardin County and Elizabethtown. That's what we like to say, and we're going to take advantage of that. And so one of the things that we say when we're recruiting industry locally is Elizabethtown and Hardin County is within a day's drive of 2/3 of the United States. That makes us very attractive. And if we're that close, obviously most of the rest of the state of Kentucky is too. So we're really excited about all of those things and the opportunities that we have now. Two people that I would like to mention, the first being former Secretary of Economic Development, Larry Hayes, who played a pivotal role in making sure that we landed these projects. Another person that's extremely important to several of us in here, who is a mentor to a lot of us and who has their fingerprints all over the projects that we see now. We affectionately refer to him as the Godfather, and he's still active in participating in a lot of things that we've done. And he's so important, they even named a highway after him. And that's my friend, Senator Joe Prather, if he'll throw his hand up. Don't be shy, Senator. So take all that history, and then you add local leaders who work together and who like each other, all except for Dr. Pate sometimes. And we work extremely hard to make things successful. And I will tell you, and it's not because he's already won his second term, but the leader of that group, especially in these projects, has been our Governor, Andy Beshear. So I can't thank him enough for the work that he's done and standing beside us when we do these things. So our pledge is to be great community partners. We're thrilled. And when we heard the announcement that Ford Motor Company, after all that we've been through and all the infrastructure that we put in place to make this happen, was going to be one of them, and SK On from South Korea, and they were going to form together to make one company, BlueOval SK, it was almost too much to imagine, and it's mind-blowing, but we are thrilled that they're here. And they've been great partners and will continue to be great partners with us and vice versa. And we can't wait for what the future holds. But this is something else, and this building is exciting. Dr. Pate and his staff at ECTC and the work that they're doing with all the industry, it's just the sky's the limit, if you will. And so, Rocky, I will tell you, it's hard to take an old boy out of Eastern Kentucky and bring him over here with all these flatlanders and try to get him trained up. But I will say, we've got Dr. Pate out of Harlan, and we brought him over here into the flat part of the state, and he's really made a difference. We like to give each other a hard time. We're great friends. There's not many people that I trust more than him, and I think he's the best thing that ever happened to this community and technical college. And with that, I don't want to say any more because I don't want his head to get big, but I'd like to reintroduce Dr. Justin Pate.
Yeah, I'm probably going to lose a little sleep over this tonight, but I will have to say that Jeff Gregory is not just a great mayor, and he is. He's a great friend and a truly first-class leader, and we are blessed to have him. He also knew that I was coming to the podium after him, so he was a little nicer to me than he would have been normally. But, you know, what really occurs to me as we're talking about this facility is this is going to be, for many ways, the entry into the Bosque plants. And you know, when you step foot in here, it is really setting the tone for what that experience is going to be. But, you know, Governor, it's not just that. This is also going to be a lot of people's entry into Kentucky as they are coming from another state or another country. Michael, as they're coming to get training to go over into Plant 1 or Plant 2. And this truly is, Sam and Chad, a first-class welcome to the Commonwealth of Kentucky. So I'm very proud to be a part of this and part of this facility. And as we were making some recognitions and you know, saying some thanks, I think it's also important, as the governor and I were talking about, to recognize the people of Glendale. And the sacrifices that they have made, but also some of the vision that they had in even crafting this in the first place. So folks, we are now wrapping up this ceremony. And after we do the ribbon cutting, I do want to say anyone who would like just a brief tour of the facility, if you can come up here, kind of this admissions desk, we'll have some folks who will show you around some of the building. But for right now, I'd like to invite all of our speakers and our state and local elected officials to join us outside. We're going to do a ribbon cutting. Out, but at this time, folks, we'd like to conclude this ceremony. Thank you for being here and being a part of this, and can't wait to see what we do from here. God bless you.
Yeah, I guess so. Thank you. Oh, wow. Yeah.
This is actually 4 separate spaces.
Uh-huh.
But completely customizable to whatever we need.
Right.
We talk about forklift training, we can do it. You need
So you
4
can do
separate
multiple
classes.
different parts of your building, different jobs that people would have. Yeah. And you can be trained 4 separate
Exactly.
at the same time.
And the great thing is, this compartmentalized instruction is great for learning, but when you go to the plant, it's all.
Yes.
So you know,